Making a critical difference. Rainbow's the color of no, a technique to challenge and transform defensiveness. There was this very large woman. Her thinking? I'm not fat, I'm bulimic, with an aversion to being sick. Now that's inventive. Now the reason problems survive is not because the problem holders or managers don't tackle them, but because paradoxically they can become problem advocates. This means that in practice they devise a long list of excuses as to why tackling the problem is so difficult, it's better, or even best, to ignore it. These are called defensive routines in the Argyris term, and they're the sentries, moats and barriers to effective change action. You'd recognize them. I haven't got time, it's not my job, my company won't let it, what do you expect with this type of firm, with this type of leader? These defensive routines emerge in all the exotic colors of the rainbow, but in practice they are all the color of no. So how can we harness the inventiveness of the defensive routines in the service of effective change action? Here are 4 routines and 4 techniques to tackle them, with some guidance on how to facilitate them. But be warned, these encourage risk, raising impact through skewering comfort with the K, and they are asking you to be less than reasonable, so be careful with them. The first defensive routine is the kiss of yes. This is where the problem holder says yes to any change suggestion and agrees it's necessary, but not with the idea of doing anything about it. So the transformative technique is a drop of the hard stuff. Peer bruising. This is where you assemble a group of problem peers, regardless of status, who are committed to changing the problem, to tackling it, and pose and address one question. How can we together say something now that makes us more accountable to each other and gives us energy on the long change journey? And the second defensive routine is called blamestorming. This is where everyone and everything is the problem and are blamed apart from the problem holder. It's the CEO, it's the type of staff, it's the culture, it's the lack of resources, which leads to a diminished appetite for change and staff putting up with appalling inefficiencies. And the transformative technique is called trust laying. Now imagine you have a trowel that lays only trust, where previously it laid blame. Take one of these defensive routines, it's the CEO. Ask her for coffee or for lunch and open up a conversation on how to generate greater trust there, or at least begin that conversation. And the third defensive routine is called arrested development. Why is it always down to me? Why can't they do something? Why aren't they better managers or leaders? And the transformative technique is called adult listening only. This is where you briefly identify some transactional analysis techniques and the behaviors of parent, adult, child, and identify them for the problem holder and engage them in some adult to adult behaviors. Defensive routine 4, the past becomes the future. We've tried all that here before and it didn't work. Most change initiatives fail because staff are poorly consulted, if at all, yet have to carry the burden of change. This usually results in failed change initiatives where staff become frustrated and angry, and in the phrase of Roosevelt Moss-Cantor, develop lipstick on the bulldog. The transformative technique is called loosening up your buttons, splashing some sunshine on the problem with a bit of vision. Imagineering. Imagine your problem solved and running smoothly. What exactly does running smoothly mean, and how did you get there? You're free to imagine anything. And the second one is getting a vision of your problem vanquished. What exactly have you done to get that far? Face your fears down. What are you afraid of? What is your problem afraid of? Good luck with those techniques and keep risking different approaches and let us know how you get on.